Welcome to Go Stargazing Live, Mars, Stars and Family Adventures. We will play our cosmic countdown while you tell all your friends and family about us, get the kids gathered round in front of the big telly, tag us, etc. We're going to play the countdown and then we are launching full throttle. We are back with Go Stargazing Live. I am Vicky Video with my co-host Cosmo the Telescope Sloth. We've also got another friend joining us in the studio later. Could it be a real live Martian? I bet no other space show has got a mute sloth as a co-host, and that is what makes us different. That and my jazzy hat, sponsored by First Light Optics. Let's see, we've already got some comments coming in. Who've we got commenting? It's Lisa. Hello there from just outside Edinburgh. Very rainy and cloudy here tonight. Boo, it's a beautiful evening here in Manchester. How often does that happen? David Miller. Hello, good evening, Vicky and co. Tonight, we have got a light speed lineup of cosmic wonder. Mars is blazing like a shiny red sequin at the moment. I could only find gold ones to wear tonight, along with a feast of other planets. The night sky is putting on a dazzling show, and you do not want to miss it. As winter fades, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. It's finally gone. This is the coldest flat ever. And today it was warm enough almost for a t-shirt and to have the window open. But as winter fades, there's still time to get the kids outside to catch the tail end of the parade of planets featuring Jupiter, Venus and Mars, and maybe some of the more difficult to see ones, which we'll be coming to in a moment. Joining us this evening is Mars expert Lucinda Offer, who will guide us in spotting the red planet in the evening sky. And we might be gatecrashed by a real live Martian called Crempog. Not sure how Cosmo's going to feel about that. There could be fur flying. Plus, we've got Helen Dalton from the Yorkshire Dales National Park. She's got news on their 10th anniversary Dark Skies Festival, and it's all held together in a big band of cosmic chaos by me, your celestial ringmaster, Vicky Video. And also Cosmo will be mithering in a little bit with his Daredevil quiz. The show is made for families to watch on the big TV using our snazzy HD streaming software. So fire us up on the big telly, gather the kids and enjoy this starry-eyed space fest. We have got one aim: to get you and the kids outside looking up. We call it Sky Joy. Anyway, here comes Whoosh, our theme tune.
It's Go Stargazing Live. Make the night sky come alive. It's Go Stargazing Live. Make the night sky come alive. Find the best and darkest places to go stargazing. Cool events and cosmic fun. We'll make the sky amazing. It's Go Stargazing Live. Make the night sky come alive. It's Go Stargazing Live. Make the night sky come alive. With your host, Vicky Video. And maybe, just maybe, a bit of Cosmo.
It's Cosmo, the Telescope Sloth. Now, one of the absolute best things about this show is not only that we've got a raggedy old little sloth who jets off around the solar system, we have got an interactive chat room. So please type in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. Just say hello and where you are watching from. Do not be shy. I know I've got some lurkers. I know there are some lurkers who do not comment. If you are lurking, what kind of things lurk? Seaweed lurks, does it? Yeah, if you're lurking like a little bit of seaweed on the fringe, come on, these are terrible metaphors, absolutely dreadful. But if you're lurking in the depths, please come into the light and type into the comments, and it will pop up on the screen like this. Hello, Lisa Turnbull, first time here as well. Hello, Jacqueline. She's watching from Staffordshire. My Moona Dow is watching. She is a newbie. And Rachel is watching. Hi from Devon. No clear skies. So really looking forward to this. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. Hopefully we're going to be able to give you your Sky Joy fix. So, oh, and let's have a look. Stephen's here. Hi, Stephen. You are watching from Huntley in Aberdeenshire. Hello there, Stephen. Very, very glad to have you along this evening. Please stay for the next hour because we've got a cosmic feast for you. Okay, so also what you could do, I know the sky has been fantastic this past couple of months. We've had aurora and planets. Tell us what is the most wonderful and best thing that you have seen in the sky lately. Have you seen the parade of planets yet? Have you seen Mars with the kids? So it's clear in Manchester. I've just been observing Venus setting and it was absolutely wonderful. We have got learned astronomers on standby to answer your questions. So even if you're just getting into the world of stargazing, please ask away. We are here to equip you and your family with the utmost basics. So don't be shy. Let's have a look. Who've we got? Got you on the laptop for comments and on the big T. David Miller has got me in double Vicky vision. What more could you possibly want? Two of me. But there's a bit of a lag actually between the TV and the laptop. But thank you. I'm very glad, David, that you're streaming me on the laptop for the comments and the big telly, just so you can see. I've been the dentist today. Just so you can see my big white smile. Mark Stockdale, hello. Good evening, all. Hi from James and Archie, getting to stay up late. Hi, Archie. I'm very glad that you and James have been allowed a late pass for this evening. Hopefully, you're going to learn all sorts of marvelous things. So next time you step out the door and there's bright things in the sky, you're going to know exactly what they are and wow the socks off all of your schoolmates. Hello from how's it raining in Wigan? Hello from wet and rainy Wigan. I'm going to have to look outside and see whether it's raining in Manchester now. I saw Jupiter and 4 moons. I'm new to all this, so it was more amazing. And you ordered a new telescope today. That is just what we like. Lisa, what telescope did you get? Drop it in the comments, please. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got here. We're going to say hello to some of our wonderful sponsors now, and then we're going to be back in a minute with Helen, who's in the Yorkshire Dales and news on their Dark Skies Festival.
I'm Dr. Sarah Crick and I'm a space educator based in Hampshire. We have a brand called Mission Astro where we make lots and lots of cool content for everybody about astronomy.
STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art and maths, and you can bring it all together with the kits from Mission Astro. You'll find astronomy glass kits, mosaic kits and paint kits with loads of online resources and videos to help you perfect your piece and to learn.
I'm very happy with that. It's beautiful.
Mission Astro STEAM kits are the ideal gift for the curious stargazer in your life. Order now at missionastro.org/kits. I got one of those kits. It's brilliant. I actually glued the mosaics on back to front, but you can see this is one of the Mission Astro Ice Giant kits. The perfect gift. And I know these have been an absolute labour of love. So if you go to Mission Astro, you should be able to pick one of these up and treat the stargazer in your life. Okay, First Light Optics. Here we go.
Go Stargazing Live
Is sponsored by First Light Optics, home of the Sea Star Smart Telescope that everyone can use.
Download our free Stargazing mobile app
To find out what's that in the sky, where and when to stargaze, and the best telescopes for beginners.
Go Stargazing.
Right, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm getting pestered here by a sloth called Cosmo. He's been with me for many years and is very beloved, don't know why, to quite a lot of our viewers over the years. But what Cosmo does is every week he jets off somewhere different in the solar system and he comes back with some clues that he tells me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out 3 clues over the course of the show, but please you need dusting, Cosmo. I can see the dust coming off you. I'm not surprised, actually, because he's been quite far away and there is a lot of dust out there in the cosmos. But if you answer this too early, it's just for fun. Please don't answer just yet if you know what the answer is. Otherwise, Cosmo will rapidly fly over to your house on his shooting star, pick you up by the feet, which isn't very pleasant because he does that to me most nights, and catapult you into the sun. You won't even have time to pack your toothbrush. It's a very serious threat. So I'm going to read out a clue. We got a little song for you. Where's it gone, Cosmo? Doodle-doo, here it is. Got so many buttons to press. In the universe, can you guess where Cosmo's been this time? Okay, it's a cosmic conundrum. Cosmo's first clue of the evening. He paid a fortune for the best seat in the house, but what he's viewing is about to disappear. Well, that was a huge waste of the expense account, Cosmo, and I don't think Captain Neil will ever sign off on that. So basically, he's gone very far away to watch something that's just about to disappear. What could it be? Okay. Back soon with more Cosmo. Right, okay, now we're going... Oh, hang on, we've got some comments. Let's have a look. Comments. Keep me alive with your comments. Lisa has got the Celestron StarSense Explorer smartphone-enabled tabletop Dobsonian. I have had a Celestron StarSense. They're awesome. You put your phone in it. Look, I've got a little buddy tap with the night sky. There you go, because I love space so much. The StarSense, yeah, you clip your phone into the dock and you use the app to navigate around. I say it's like driving a Ferrari around the night sky. You can find objects in moments. You're going to be so happy with that. Carol is watching from Portland, Oregon. I lived in Portland for 6 months. It's so good. I miss the ginormous trees there. It's such a beautiful place to live. I had such a good time in Portland. It was about 10 years ago. My daughter is watching on the phone and she can see the Milky Way above our house tonight in Aberdeenshire. That's so beautiful. How very poetic, Stephen. Keep the comments coming in. We're going over to Helen Dalton now, tourism officer at Yorkshire Dales National Park. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, Helen.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Vicky. How are you?
As you can see, I'm a very happy girl when I'm doing this show. I love it very much. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good, thanks.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about who you are and where you are this evening then.
Yeah, so I'm Helen Dalton and I'm tourism officer for the Yorkshire Dales National Park, and we are currently in the middle of our 10th anniversary Dark Skies Festival in the Yorkshire Dales, but we do the festival also with the North York Moors. And I am very lucky to live and work in the Yorkshire Dales.
Oh, yeah, I'm in city centre Manchester, although I did live on Anglesey for quite a long time and I took the dark skies for granted. And now I literally live in the city centre of Manchester, and it's shocking that how dark the skies are when you go to Anglesey compared to the city centre of Manchester.
And the amount of stars that you'll see when you haven't got the light pollution.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to come to that in a little minute. So it's a very large area that you cover. How big is this area then?
Well, 3,165 square kilometres, and that's the Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors. And jointly, we are a dark sky reserve, one of 22 in the UK. And I think we're nearly the largest in Europe as well. So we are a big dark sky reserve.
So you've not been a reserve for very long then, have you?
We got reserve status in December 2022.
Yeah.
December 2020. And that required a lot of work, a lot of making sure, educating people, understanding why we need to reduce our lighting. And we had to monitor the dark skies to have evidence to prove that we are a dark skies reserve, and that we now have to measure these dark skies to make sure that we maintain that dark sky reserve as well.
Wow. So it's very closely monitored. So you are guaranteed, literally guaranteed, beautiful inky black nights when you go there. So tell us,
Certainly are.
what's it? Just describe the peace and the tranquility in the dark sky to me. Just be poetic.
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, for me, hosting the Dark Skies Festival and taking part in some of the events and watching people who haven't seen or experienced dark skies before and watching them look at the night sky, mesmerized by the stars, listening to the owls hooting, watching the bats maybe going past, all these things that you don't get to experience when you're living in a city. It is just quite magical, really. And that's why we host these events and this festival, to give people that experience and understanding.
Okay, so tell us about the festival then. What kind of events, what kind of things can we get up to there?
Yeah, the festival for me highlights the incredible beauty of the night sky in the UK's stunning national parks of the Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors. And we host the festival in February because that's one of the darkest months for us. And also it's a really good opportunity for local businesses to host events in the shoulder months, so they get to get more visitors coming in to experience what they have to offer. And businesses can host all sorts of events. So we've got stargazing with astronomers, spotting celestial wonders. Our wonderful Captain Neil, as you call him, he's hosting quite a few events for us as part of the festival. He's got one on tomorrow in Asquith. He's got another in Aysgarth. So it's absolutely fantastic. And the astronomers just pointing out those constellations. Last year was amazing. We're at Wensdale Ice Cream Parlour, an amazing ice cream parlour that opens on an evening, and we saw a shooting star whilst looking at Cassiopeia. So it was just wonderful. So you've got the stargazing events, you've got educational workshops and talks, family friendly events. We've had forest schools during the day, going into the evening to learn about nocturnal animals. We've got dark skies bike rides, walks, runs. So businesses can host an array of events, and they're also popular.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there was so much stuff taking place. So it's great for the local businesses there too then.
It's fantastic for the local businesses. It gives them an opportunity to demonstrate what they have to offer, and anything goes really. So they can put on any event that they want to. We've got astronomers that we recommend, but they might want to do something themselves. And even bakeries just put on amazing cakes with celestial themes. So it's great.
You can't beat a nice bit of a cosmic cake.
Absolutely.
So how long have we got? The festival's already been running for a little bit, hasn't it? How long have we got left?
Yeah, we've got another week left. We're in the middle of the festival at the moment. So we've still got a lot of events taking place. We've got astronomers at Rind, which is an amazing pizza parlour. And that he's hosting a fantastic event. And it's a glass restaurant, and you can just look outside, and the backdrop is amazing. So, and it's dark, and that's what's really special about hosting this festival in a dark sky reserve, is it's very dark. And
true darkness is, yeah, true darkness is just, we are on the way into town here. We've got a park with an entrance, and if you just go maybe 50 meters into the park, you get a tiny bit of true night there. But the minute your eyes adapt, it's orange again. And yeah, I really crave just like actually not really being able to see my hand in front of my face. It's underrated and such a natural state for us, isn't it?
It is, but it's amazing how your eyes do adapt. And well, I just love seeing people experience the stars in the night sky and describing them like a blanket of diamonds in the night sky. And it's wonderful. So I really enjoy it. And businesses are seeing that it's so popular that although we do have the festival, we have events taking place throughout the year. So anytime there might be a meteor shower planned or is advertised, then businesses will put on events. So it's worth always checking our website, always checking our Facebook page, because events are happening all the time.
Oh, so David says Kielder Star Party is on now. I believe I'd love to go there. A little bit far for me at the minute, but yeah. Have you been to Kielder Star Party? Yes,
yeah, and we've worked with Richard Darn, who I think's been involved at Kielder as well. So yeah, I'm aware of Kielder Star Party too. So there's lots of great events going on throughout the UK, really.
Yes, it's all over the place. And if you do want to find out what what's happening at the tail end of the Dark Skies Festival, do check out the Go Stargazing website, because it's Captain Neil, the boss here at Go Stargazing. He's usually with us, but he's tied up tonight doing stuff, stargazing every night this week, I do believe, especially for you as well. And he curates a very in-depth list of all of the events, and you can get it free on the app as well. There's a lot going on the Go Stargazing website. In fact, I was going to do a what's on guide, but there was just so much stuff. I was just like, actually, give up, go on the website.
I think between us and the North York Moors, we've got nearly 100 events taking place as part of the festival. So, and Neil's been fantastic promoting them all.
How cool is this? Because I bet maybe 5 years ago, would any of this been actually happening?
No. And that's why we're celebrating the 10th anniversary, because we've seen going from about 15 events now to nearly 100, and it's just wonderful. And everybody's so interested and fascinated in it, and especially the kids.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I went to a star party, my first ever star party. I was like, what's a star party? Didn't know what it was going to be. I thought Madonna might have been there, but it was even better because Saturn was there. And that was like my gateway to being completely obsessed with space. So you just never know where viewing Saturn or Jupiter down a telescope might take you or your child for a career or a hobby.
Absolutely.
It can spark so much. And in fact, we've got Lucinda coming up in a little while, and Lucinda will be telling us where you can go with a career in space. So that's awesome. So what we have got coming up now is a beautiful film, a very short film from courtesy of the wonderful people at the park. So let's go over to that, and then we'll be back with Helen shortly. Keep your comments coming in. Tell us whether you can see the sky tonight, what you've seen in the sky recently, and whether you'll be attending any of these events. We're looking forward to getting your comments.
You have this amazing landscape during the day. When the sun goes down, you get another amazing landscape.
On a clear night in the North York Moors and the Yorkshire Dales, you can see as many as 2,000 stars in the sky, and you might even be lucky enough to see the Milky Way.
How incredible must that be for children to see that for the first time?
When I go back to the urban environment, I'm just gobsmacked at what you can't see. These people come here, they're surprised to see stars, never mind the Milky Way. What was an empty sky, they realise is actually full of diamonds on black velvet.
It is an incredible experience being under truly dark skies. We've seen amazing shooting stars, we've seen amazing fireball that went overhead here in Dalby, and then we saw it explode into several pieces. And also we've had the pleasure of seeing the aurora here as well. It's an exhilarating experience.
The Dark Skies Festival is just an opportunity to promote what the Yorkshire Dales and North York Moors has to offer as a dark sky reserve. It's not just about stargazing, it's about experiencing different ways of benefiting from the night sky.
This year is our 10th Dark Skies Festival, and it's a great opportunity to look back and reflect on how far we've come from a small beginning to now what is the country's largest celebration of our dark skies.
It's really to provide what a national park should provide, which is an escape from the urban environment.
Offering these festivals gives a chance for businesses to stay open longer and encourage visitors to come and experience what we have to offer in the winter months, which is amazing dark skies.
You can take the subject of astronomy, the stars and the planets, and then link it in with all sorts of other subjects, the social side of life, the historical side of life, the magical side of life. Astronomy lends itself to just so many different areas.
It's also important because 85% of the UK will never see the Milky Way from where they live. Places like the North York Moors and the Yorkshire Dales National Parks are incredibly important for people to be able to come and experience those things.
We're really proud of our Dark Sky Reserve and we need to maintain that. So we have regular volunteers going out monitoring the dark skies. We have monitors that are positioned around the Yorkshire Dales to make sure that we have the standard of dark sky level that is important to maintain that reserve status. And hosting festivals and creating events is another way that we demonstrate that we are promoting our Dark Sky Reserve.
We also do a lot of engagement work with schools and other community groups. It's often the first time a child will get to experience the kind of the enormity of the universe and to understand our place in that. and it often helps those children, those individuals, to go on to become our scientists of the future.
It's the magic of seeing these faces of people that have never experienced dark skies before, never experienced stars, and all of a sudden being wowed. And when you live in a city, you don't get that opportunity to see that, but coming to the Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors, you really do.
Wow, what a great film.
It gives me goosebumps actually watching that again.
Hey, it's a beautiful bit of cinematography. How do we get to stay there then? What's the accommodation like?
Yeah, we've got some fantastic accommodation actually, and we do have dark sky friendly accommodation. So I think on our website and the North York Moors website, we've got over 50 accommodation providers that are dark sky friendly. They'll offer blankets, maybe hot chocolate, information on stargazing. So if you're a beginner, they might have constellation maps for you to look at, so you know what you're looking at in the night sky. We also have a variety of different accommodations, so shepherd's hut, yurts, your bed and breakfast, hotels. So plenty of accommodation to stay in both national parks.
Wow, I'm inspired. I'm inspired. Now, when we were chatting before, you showed me a little gizmo. Have you got your magic little gizmo there?
Yes, so this is one of our monitors. We currently have 6 out at the moment, monitoring the dark skies and taking measurements of how dark our dark sky really is. And we've got another 4 that we're going to distribute this year. We also have volunteers that go out and measure the dark skies as well at night. So yeah, it's something that we're really proud of and we want to maintain, and therefore we're continuously monitoring and checking and offering training to businesses, and making sure that our planners inform and let people know how we maintain our lighting and improve our lighting so that we maintain our dark skies.
That's so exciting to hear that in certain areas of the UK, the battle against the dreaded light pollution is being won slightly. That's just such lovely news. Brilliant news. Well done, everybody involved in that. Now, just tell us when your next Dark Skies Festival is.
So we've obviously got another week left, and then we do have a Fringe Festival in October. So that's usually the October half term. I think it'll be October the 24th, 2025. And then we'll have a 2-week festival in February next year, 13th of February 2026 for 2 weeks. But do check our websites and check Neil's website all the time, because there's so many events going on, and businesses have seen the benefits and they're hosting events all year round.
Oh, super. I'm so excited. That's such good news. Now, then, just to reiterate, because Captain Neil Sanders from Go Stargazing is going to be out at large over the next couple of nights. I've still not met him. We've been working with him for a couple of years, still not met the guy. Where can you go and see Neil?
Neil is a very popular astronomer and he does sell out very quickly. He is at the Middle House in Askrigg, and there is a waiting list for that event. And he's also at Aysgarth Falls Hotel. So Askrigg on Tuesday, Aysgarth on Wednesday. But again, check his website and you'll see some of the other events that he's at too. But yeah, he's a very popular astronomer. And I think he's been at Tan Hill as well, so which is a very dark location.
Oh, sounds heavenly, literally heavenly. Helen, it has been a pleasure. And I'll let you get back to maybe go and have a peep outside and seeing whether the sky is clear.
I will. Orion was out last night, so hopefully it's clear tonight.
Fingers crossed. That would be marvellous. Helen, thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show. It has been a pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Vicky. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. And thanks. Cosmo says goodbye as well.
Bye, Cosmo.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Woo! I want to go to the Yorkshire Dales now. Let's have a look at the comments. Thanks so much for that, Helen. Let's have a look. The stars are out in Anglesey. Johnny with the triple N. Hi, Johnny. How are you? Crempog's on in a little bit. The stars on Anglesey are just splendid. Rooney. Love it out there. But also, the Yorkshire Dales, very good. Let's have a look. Lisa's saying, would love to know anything that's on near the Astronomical Society of Edinburgh. Now then, I don't think it shows up very well on here, but if you go to the Go Stargazing app, It's teaming it down. I've just heard the rain throwing itself on the window. Well, that's my stargazing antics curtailed for the evening. Let's just have a look on the Go Stargazing app. And I don't know whether it's going to actually show up, but you can see. Oh, hang on. No, I think the rain's broken it. If you go to the Go Stargazing free app, then there are maps. I'm trying to find the map here for you. Let's have a look. Oh, here it comes. It's the world's busiest map. Location events organizer. No, I don't know where it is. But if you go in there, I'll just go on Facebook for 10 minutes. It's just natural to do that. If you go into the app, you've got all of the events. So you can drop the pin. Look, show these 98 events on a map. Here we go. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Look at all them there. That's all the ones that are happening just near me, and you can expand and zoom a Rooney in like that. Look at all them there. So, Lisa, go on the app, go on the website, and you will be literally spoiled for choice. Let's see. Hayley's watching. No way, Hayley Brown. Hi, Crempog and Co. Hi, Hayley. Very lovely of you to join us tonight. Can you ask? Oh, I'm sorry, she's gone now. Can you ask what the average Bortle scale? I love that word, Bortle scale, is down in Helen's neck of the woods? She's gone away now, I'm afraid. So I'm afraid I can't ask her that. But maybe you could send her an email, Helen Dalton. You'll have to get there, David. You'll have to get there. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Where have we got up to? So much excitement. Oh, yes. Okay. I'll have a little sip. I definitely need a better mug here. I need some Go Stargazing merch. Okay. Coming soon in the sky. Well, on February the 25th and over the next couple of nights, Saturn with a slightly yellowish tint. It's almost a bit the same colour as my lovely sequined smock here that I'm wearing. It'll be positioned near Mercury, but they're both going to be low in the sky right after sunset. If you're able to spot them, you'll have a clear view of the other planets scattered across the sky as well. That fabled parade of planets. And you might be able to bag pretty much all of them if you know what you're doing. Word of warning, never, ever, 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 ever look at the sun with binoculars or a telescope. March the 1st, Venus and the crescent moon. On the 1st, look out for the slim crescent moon. Venus will shine brightly just to the upper right of it, while Mercury will be the tiny star below them on the horizon. Oh, I love spotting Mercury. It's a wonderful thing to spot. March the 5th, moon meets Jupiter. March the 7th, Mercury at greatest elongation. That's a little bit technical, that is for me. March the 8th, the moon, March 8th, the moon and the Mars, the waxing gibbous moon, will sit very close to Mars on the 8th. March the 20th, spring equinox. Spring officially begins on the 20th. That means that the sun will rise directly in the east and set directly in the west. Right. I know this isn't great showing you pictures on my phone, but very important. We live in a due north facing flat, and in October the sun stops coming in, and this morning or this afternoon, I know it's not a very exciting picture. Can you see that? That is the first little bit of sunshine that's come in our flat after 5 months. It has been absolutely brutal. Be gone, winter. I know your dazzling skies are beautiful at night and the long, dark, cozy nights, but I'm really ready for a bit of warmth in my bones. We've also got a partial solar eclipse coming up on March the 29th, 2025. During this event, the moon will partially cover the sun, maybe about 50% here in the UK. Okay, we're going to go and play Cosmo's little thing, and then Lucinda, our Mars expert, is on. So, Cosmo, where's your magic button, Cosmo? Here it is.
He's the fastest sloth in the universe. Can you guess where Cosmo's been this time?
Cosmo's rocking out to his own little jingle there. The first clue, well, I'm not scrolling all the way back through my script to find it now. You'll have to have paid attention. I'm not going back over it now. It's somewhere in the midst of my reams of script here. But his second clue, please don't guess it now, otherwise Cosmo will catapult you into the sun. It's just for fun. The last clue will come at the end. Cosmo's next clue. This freezing cold place has got some of the most active geysers in the solar system. Where's Cosmo been? Okay, we're now going over to Lucinda Offer, the Mars expert, because Mars has delighted us so much in the past couple of months. We may even be joined by a real live Martian. Let's go get Lucinda.
Hi. I brought some yellow, sun with me, maybe.
Very nice, Lucinda. RAS. What does RAS stand for?
The Royal Astronomical Society.
That's quite important, isn't it?
Where I work.
Is that your full-time job there?
Yes, that's my full-time job. Correct.
Oh,
I'm the
wow.
Education and Outreach Officer there for the RAS.
That is such a cool job. Yes, well done you. Okay, so thank you, Lucinda. Didn't your name used to be Lucinda Land on Mars?
Yes, I worked for the Mars Society for 20 years, and I was their executive director for 12 years, and we focused on Mars analog research, simulating living and working on Mars. We had crews, about 6, living and working for 2 weeks in our habitats in Utah and in the high Arctic on Devon Island. So
I actually did not know that. The temperature's dropped in here. Excuse me. I'll come to that in a little bit. But first of all, let's start with the basic stuff. Let's start with the very, very basic stuff. So what is Mars? I know it's such an obvious question, but, as I say, we cater for all levels here. Let's start right at the beginning. What is Mars?
Well, Mars is one of the 4 rocky planets that are closest to our star, the sun. It's further out. It's the 4th planet from the sun. So we have, I always remember by the mnemonic, my very educated mother just served nachos, I think is now, because we don't serve 9 pizzas anymore, unfortunately. So, you've got the solar system there.
My very educated mother just serves
nachos.
There's something missing. Undercooked nachos.
Yeah, let me think. What am I missing? Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune.
Uranus.
I'm missing Uranus. Just served. There must be something that I'm missing in that mnemonic.
Uncooked nachos. We'll just go with uncooked for now. We nearly got it right. You might need to. Is that a mnemonic? No, it's not.
Mnemonic.
Is
mnemonic, yes, yeah. Oh gosh, I have to remember what that was. It's been a while.
Might need to work on that a little bit. Right, so the 4th rocky planet.
Hopefully they're not undercooked nachos. That would be
yeah, that would be pretty bad. So yes. So carry on telling us about Mars then.
Yeah, it's a rocky planet. It's about the half the diameter of our planet. Half a diameter. The moon is about a quarter the diameter of our planet. It's a planet that we expected to go to 8 years after the moon landings back in the 1960s, 1969, when we first landed on the moon. Using the Saturn V heavy lift launcher. The engineers and the people who were looking towards the future then were expecting that humans would be on Mars by now. And they would expect to perhaps by now be maybe living underground, being able to grow food and find water, as we have now evidence of water on the poles of Mars, at least one of them. And if they could heat up the planet, make the atmosphere a little bit thicker, and increase the pressure a little bit, and increase the temperature, maybe they would be walking on Mars with just a pressure suit on right now and an oxygen tank. So it's a place that people have looked to going to Mars, and I know it's part of NASA's program for human space exploration, although things are a little up in the air right now with the federal government in the United States. But I know they're looking towards the moon and later on Mars. So we're always looking towards Mars.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question that a child might ask. I mean, it's not truly as red as my lipstick, my Maybelline, but Mars is pretty red. Why is it red?
Yeah, people do like to call it the red planet. And I've always liked to be true. It's really kind of like a rusty orange, a butterscotch, I think is what NASA calls that color a butterscotch color. But if you think about it, like if it's been raining today, and if you left your bicycle outside in the rain over time, exposed to the elements, the metal on your bicycle might start to turn red itself. It might degrade and oxidize, exposed to oxygen in the air, and it will rust. And so basically, it's telling us that Mars' surface has a lot of this iron on its surface, and that is oxidizing and rusting. And so that's how it gets that kind of orangey, rich butterscotch color that's rusty red, basically.
So lovely, right? So if you leave your bike in the rain, it turns into Martian, basically. So don't do that because it'll seize up. I speak from bitter experience of leaving my bike outside. So why is Mars so cool? Why do you love it so much?
Well, I suppose I grew up with science fiction, Carl Sagan, and when I got older, BBC puts out some really great graphic, inspiring shows, and so does obviously Horizon. One of them that I saw early on was called Hyperspace in the United States, and Sam Neill from like the Jurassic Park series, was that right? Sam Neill was hosting this one, and he talked about humans to Mars, and he mentioned the president of the Mars Society at the time, Robert Zubrin, who was looking to work towards humans to Mars. And it was just really inspiring to think about humans to Mars. This was probably back in 2001, and that's when I got involved with the Mars back in 2002. And there were a lot of people who were working really hard and disappointed that we hadn't gone to Mars. And also in this show, Sam Neill showed that our star, our sun, which has a birth, a life, and a death, much like we do, and it was middle-aged, half its life had already transpired, and at some point our sun's going to start getting bigger, a red giant, slough off some of its mass, and Earth right now is in this habitable zone, although we are suffering from our own climate crisis that we've created, but there's some things that we can't control, like the death of our own star, our sun, and this habitable zone that Earth is in right now will start to will move further outward towards where Mars's orbit is. So Mars will then be in a really nice place around the sun for it to warm up, and possibly a future home for Earthlings. So that was the whole idea why it sounded so wonderful to kind of work towards getting humans to Mars, so that we can continue existing in this amazing place we call our universe.
Wow, I better buy a few acres of real estate out on Mars then. You could probably already do that, actually, can't you?
What's that? Sorry?
Go buy some real estate on Mars. I was just thinking you can probably already do that, can't you?
Yeah, people sell stars, they sell moon land, land on the moon and land on Mars, and I wouldn't buy into it quite yet.
I think I bought a couple of yards of midge-infested Scottish highland and entitled to call myself a lady at some point, but I lost the paperwork. But I do believe I'm actually officially a lady.
I've heard some of those come with titles. Yeah, I haven't done it myself, but that sounds like Lady Vicky. Has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, Lady Victoria videographer. Okay, so do you think we're ever going to get to Mars then in our lifetime, Lucinda?
Well, I mean, there was a time back in 2002 when we were setting the course for Mars within a decade. And the idea was, since we had gotten to the moon within 8 years, that then we could build on the technology we built then. But of course, that technology is gone. It's obsolete. It's non-existent. And the people who built that are long gone as well, or very close to dying out. It's been over 50 years since we've gone to the moon on that technology that was built then. Now we have to depend on different rockets from private space. The most well-known is SpaceX, who is still continuing to test their capabilities, and it's just not there yet. And Elon Musk, just saying the name, has been promising humans to Mars, as did the Mars Society. Every 10 years, we would lobby and say we could get to Mars within a decade if we put our minds to it. And that was very difficult in the United States, because we change a president every 4 years, and if we were lucky, every 8 years. And every new president wants to put their stamp on the space program. I don't know how that's going to be in the future, now that there's so much disruption in the federal government in the United States, and especially recently at NASA. So I'm really curious, but I think I do agree, if we set our mind to it and we wanted to go within a decade. We could, but it doesn't look that way with the way things are politically in the world.
It does not, does it? Very quickly, have you got your stellarium there, Lucinda?
Oh, I love Stellarium. I hope there's lots of people at home who use Stellarium. I don't have it yet, but I can definitely pull it up. So shall I go ahead and
I'll just do a little bit of a plug for what this is. So Stellarium, I know you can get all sorts of apps for your phone, and Stellarium is the one that is used by the majority of astronomers, and it's free software where you can use it on your laptop or your phone and have beautiful sky maps telling you exactly where everything is going to be. So Lucinda is just going to get up for us where Mars is at the moment. But basically, if you're looking up in the sky and you're wondering what all the bright things are, the way I've been remembering it is you've got Mars, Jupiter in the middle, and Venus. So Mars, Jupiter, MJV. I have to think of one of those weird mummies. I can't think now what that would be. I've put myself on the spot, but Mars currently is on the left, and it's very, very red and very, very lovely. We're going to go over to Stellarium in just a moment.
Yeah,
and you got it up there?
I do have up the first page. I just wanted to show everyone stellarium.org.
Okay, yeah, Stellarium is just fabulous for the kids.
Am I sharing? There's my screen. And you can see there's lots of different operating systems. You can work on a Mac and a Windows. And then I always use this web version, which is fun. And it's absolutely free. It comes with its own horizon here, and it's connected to where I'm at, but you could change the location to your location, and it might actually know. I'm in South Oxfordshire. If you click here, it's really nice. It could show you what planets are up tonight, when they rise and when they set. And which are going to be up the longest. So look at Mars tonight. It's going to be up the longest here. It rose at 12:30, just after midday, and it'll set after 5:30 this morning. So it's going to be up for a nice long time. So it's definitely in the night sky now, which is really great. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to turn on the ecliptic line, which is the line that our sun orbits. The orbit of our sun, and that's kind of thing what people have been looking at lately this last couple of weeks with National Astronomy Week. And by the way, I was chair of National Astronomy Week in 2020 when we looked at Mars, and Mars was in wonderful view then, and it is tonight as well. So let's see, here we go. We got our ecliptic. Let me grab onto my horizon and let me get rid of this and open this a little bit bigger. And one thing you want to do is get your orientation at home. And what I do, and you might not be able to see me, but I go to my mobile phone and I'll put in my mobile phone a compass, and then I have a compass on my phone. So I don't know. Let's see, can I show that? There we go. I've got a compass on my phone, and you can hold that up flat and hold it around until you point south. So here where I'm sitting, south is about that direction right there. So if I could go outside and I could look in that direction, I would be able to see where Mars is. So let's just see here. We're looking in South Oxfordshire. I'm going to go look actually south. There we go. So I would like to go look south because I can see lots of planets right now. And hopefully where you're living, it's clear. Where I'm living, it's a bit hazy. And when I looked out my bedroom window, which looks a bit northwest, I could see Venus, but you see Venus is actually setting right now. So if I went down to the south area, and if I looked in that direction, I can actually see Orion, which hopefully you could see it here. I'm just going to zoom in. Here's Orion right here. I always look at the asterism Orion's belt, and I always look for Orion wherever I travel. And you can see then the 4 stars around Orion, including Betelgeuse. And if you look at Betelgeuse, which is just this more kind of orangish yellowish star here, and follow that up with Rigel Betelgeuse, it will point towards Mars. And one interesting thing in the night sky when you're looking south tonight, you'll see a triangle, these 3 stars, and one of them will be orange, or like you want to call it the red planet, a little bit more red. That will be Mars as well. And probably the more obvious one will be Jupiter in the night sky. But wow. I mentioned the ecliptic and this parade of planets. You can see also up there is Uranus, but you won't be able to see it so well. One of my favorite constellations, Pleiades. I love looking at Pleiades. And Sirius is there. So there you go, Mars, just above Orion, looking south tonight.
Thank you so much for that little tour around the sky and the excellent tour of Stellarium as well. Lucinda, it's been an absolute pleasure to catch up with you again. I hope everything goes well. I follow your exploits on Facebook.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually headed to the South Hemisphere, to South Africa tomorrow, and exciting to go see the night sky from that perspective as well.
You're going to be upside down. Can you see the Magellanic clusters down there?
The Magellanic clouds, that's right, the small and large.
Have you seen them before?
I have, and the Southern Cross. I've been fortunate enough to work at NASA and do expeditions in Australia and New Zealand looking for extreme hardy life and environments in that area. And had some amazing stargazing with a couple of really great planetary scientists. So,
that sounds well. Safe travels. I'm just looking at this because my star map is actually from the Southern Hemisphere. It's probably why it was cheap on Amazon. Really,
you see the Southern Cross?
Let's have a look. How far down is it?
I don't see it all the time, and I don't see it there. But it probably could be just in front of my eyes.
It's probably there somewhere, but I can't spot it because I can't turn around that far, actually.
Yeah.
I might not even be on it. I need to do a bit more yoga, I think, before I can turn and spot that. Lucinda, happy trails, happy travels. Say hello to the Southern Hemisphere for me. I've never been.
Thanks so much for having me, Vicky. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Wow, she's so cool. Okay, let's have a look. We got some more comments. Hello. 10 minutes of the show left. Can we squeeze it all in? We've got a real live Martian coming along in a moment. Let's have a look. Comments. Let's have a look. Right. Okay. David is telling us St Andrews University Observatory has an open night on Saturday, March the 15th, 6 to 9 p.m. Free for all. It's going to be a free for all. Oh, so this is David asked how dark it is. Oh God, that's technical. David has asked how dark is it? I think the answer is very. The average results from our test meter reading is 21.3 mag test band for 224 z. Whatever Z is. Is that a hertz? I don't know what Z is. Can I ask why I can't see anything? Oh, David Miller. I can't see anything through my Barlow lens at all. It's a tiny little fiddly lens for me, and I struggle with it. But maybe a real astronomer could answer that question. Is Sonia watching? Hello, Sonia. Saturn is below Venus and Mercury, and Helen says we use stellarium at a lot of our events. It's fascinating. Excellent. It's very nice to have Sonia along as well. Right. Let's have a look what else we've got here now. Hang on, we've got Cosmo's last little thing. We're going to just play the adverts one more time, and then we're going to meet a real live Martian.
I'm Dr. Sarah Crick, and I'm a space educator based in Hampshire. We have a brand called Mission Astro, where we make lots and lots of cool content for everybody about astronomy.
STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art and maths, and you can bring it all together with the kits from Mission Astro. You'll find astronomy glass kits, mosaic kits and paint kits with loads of online resources and videos to help you perfect your piece and to learn.
I'm very happy with that. It's beautiful.
Mission Astro STEAM kits are the ideal gift for the curious stargazer in your life. Order now at missionastro.org/kits. Hey, thank you. And I've got my kit. It's great.
Go Stargazing Live
Is sponsored by First Light Optics, home of the Sea-Star Smart Telescope that everyone can use.
Download our free mobile app
To find out what's that in the sky, where and when to stargaze, and the best telescopes for beginners. Right. Oh, got another comment. Let's have a look. Tell Lisa to get in touch. I can help her. Lisa, get in touch. David's going to help you. How can you get in touch? Just search for David Miller on Facebook. He's very affable and amenable. And I do believe, was it you who named Cosmo? He also named Cosmo the Sloth. Right. Got a very, very, very special guest in the studio right now. A real live Martian. He came here from Mars, in case you hadn't gathered, and here he is. Are you ready to come and say hello? Look who it is. It's, well, what's your name? My name's Crempog, and I'm actually from Mars. He really is from Mars. I found him a few years ago, and he's lived with me ever since. We do actually make a lot of videos outside of Go Stargazing, but this is your first ever go on Go Stargazing, isn't it? That's delicious. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Oh, yeah, David. Hi, David. Hi, it's nice to speak to you. Crempog pops up on my Facebook a lot, but this is his first time actually allowed on Go Stargazing Live. I thought I'd let you come on because, well, we're talking about Mars tonight, and it would have been rude not to have had the best Martian in the universe on Go Stargazing Live. So, Crempog, Mars is kind of in the news quite a bit at the minute. What do you think about Elon Musk coming to Mars? Oh, I don't think he should come. Mars is fine for robots, but it's really tough for humans. And what do you think about living on Mars, Crempog? It's rubbish. It's why I came to Earth. You've got to dust every single day. There's that much dust. So the Clean Easy crew, they make a great deal of money selling dusters. So what else do you enjoy about living on Mars? Well, other than sneezing loads because of the dust, well, there's lovely sunsets because it's got amazing red skies with blue and pink hues. And I weigh an absolute load. No, I weigh I'm very heavy on Earth. That's what I'm trying to say. Because on Mars, the gravity is only 38% of what it is here. So very, very heavy here. I feel like I'm wearing lead boots. Okay, so Crempog is our little Martian. Maybe you could start doing some he's a very naughty Martian. He is a very naughty Martian indeed with his little black paws. Me and Crempog do a radio show. He's quite famous, aren't you, Crempog? Maybe I'll come on Go Stargazing Live more. But for now, I'm going to curl up back in my burrow because it's my bedtime. Look, it's nearly 9 o'clock and you've got to finish Cosmo's quiz. It's starting to look like the Muppet Show here. I am not a Muppet. For copyright reasons, I'm not a Muppet. Okay. Crempog, it's been lovely having you on, but I think it's time to go and curl up in your little burrow now, isn't it? Off he goes. Oh, he's made my hand hot. Made my hand hot. Right.
He's the fastest sloth in the universe. Can you guess where Cosmo's been this time?
I'm on mute. How long have I been on mute for? Who pressed my mute button? My microphone has got a mute. I'm getting tangled up in the planets now. I'm getting all tangled up in the planets. How long have I been on mute for? No sound. I've been on mute. I'm sorry. Look, that button is so easy to flick, and either Cosmo or Crempog has flicked it. Right, I don't know how much you missed. Probably wasn't very important. Did you get the last clue? Looks like I might have been mute for the past minute or so. I'll do it again. Right, okay. I'm going to have to rewind back the video and find out whether it was Cosmo or Crempog who kicked the mute button. What a stupid place to put a mute button, honestly. Right there, right in the line of business. This place is so reflective that it's one of the brightest objects in the solar system. It hides a secret beneath its icy surface, a liquid ocean. Scientists are excited because this ocean may just be the perfect place to look for alien life. You've missed all the clues. I'm so sorry, Sonia. We're not going to rewind back to them because my script is so long that they're going to get lost. It was Crempog. It wasn't me. Don't look at me. Well, let's have a look. Sonia, no, it's not Venus. Come on. Where could we have been this time? Where's Cosmo been? I'll run through the clues. No, I won't run through the clues again because it'll take forever to read back. Right. If you can't get the answer in five seconds, Cosmo will have won for the first time ever, and I don't think he's ever won before. He's quite excited about it. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. I think that's counting on my fingers wrong. Oh, Lucinda got it right, just as I'm getting confused with how many fingers I've got on my hand. The answer is Enceladus. Thank you so much, Ladin. Oh, hang on, I've clicked the wrong one there. Enceladus. Neptune from James. I'm so sorry, James. That's a great guess. Cosmo will give you a kiss, but it's wrong, I'm afraid. Cosmo has been to Enceladus. So before I said that what he's viewing is about to disappear, imagine he sat on Enceladus, which is a moon of Saturn. Saturn's rings are about to tilt and completely disappear, at least from our perspective. Anyway, every 15 years, Saturn... Checking my mute button now. Every 15 years, Saturn's tilt aligns so that its rings appear edge on from Earth, making them almost invisible. That's happening right now in 2025. But even today, the rings are getting thinner and harder to see. If you were standing on Enceladus, one of Saturn's icy moons, you'll see the rings slowly shrinking into a razor-thin line before they seemingly vanish. But don't worry, they will come back in the next couple of years, months and years, as Saturn continues its orbit. Lucinda still doesn't know what the U is for in the mnemonic. My mother's nachos are very, very undercooked or something like that. I think we need to work on that one, Lucinda. Then we mentioned Enceladus's geysers, diamond geysers. Enceladus has got some of the most dramatic geysers in our solar system. They eject water vapor, ice, and organic compounds from cracks in its icy surface. And I mentioned that it's very reflective. It's so reflective that it's one of the brightest objects in the solar system. Pretty hard to see from Earth without a decent telescope. It does hide a secret beneath its icy surface, which is a liquid ocean. Scientists are excited because this ocean may just be the perfect place to look for alien life. And it rains diamonds. If it gave you diamonds and pearls. I still don't know what the... Oh, here we go. Just served us nachos or noodles. Us. That's what we were missing for. That's what we were missing. Right, everybody, it's time to go. Please support our sponsors, Mission Astro, First Light Optics, who've provided me, with this jazzy hat. Got my Sea Star from First Light Optics as well. We're going to go in a minute. I'll play the good night theme and then I'll come back for any final comments. Thank you so much for keeping us company, and we'll be back next month. We'll play the closing theme and then any final comments, please fire away. You've got about 1 minute.
Good night, stargazers. You've been really amazing. Good night. Good night to you. Love from the Stargazing crew.
I've had such a good time. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lucinda. Love your show. Well done, Lady Vicky. Thank you so much. She's getting scared of me mute button getting pressed now. Thank you, John and Parry. Oh, good night, Sonia. Maybe hopefully see you soon. Lots of love to Sonia. Thank you, David, for all your comments. Oh, thank you. Great evening, Vicky, as always. Always professional presentation. I got a double kiss. Got a double kiss from David. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. And I will see you again in a couple of weeks, hopefully with news of the partial eclipse that's coming very soon. Did Captain Neil message me back? I know he's got 75,000 pairs of eclipse glasses to give away. I don't know how you get your hands on them. I'll post it later on and you can observe the eclipse safely. Oh, great. Great first time. Thank you, Lisa's Lovely Life 50 Plus. It was a pleasure to have you along as well. And of course, you can watch the reruns. We've got a giant back catalogue of Ghost Stargazing's lives that you can tune into and watch them from the past 7 or 8 months. It's really been a very delightful time. Thank you, Maimuna. Good night, everybody. I'm going to put the flat back together now because behind here, I don't use a digital backdrop. This is a real live curtain. Look, there we go. Got to put it all away now. Turn the flat back into normal humdrum life instead of this cosmic hullabaloo that I've created for myself. Good night, everybody.